We're here with Orlando City head coach Jason Kreis. Jason, can you get us started with your thoughts on tonight's match, please?
Obviously, emotional affair tonight. Passionate affair from the crowd to the staff to the players. I think everybody put everything that they had into this game. It's unfortunate because I think the way we played in the second half. I think on a different night, on a lot of different nights already this season, we walk out here with a draw. But some things went against us, for sure. Some decisions went against us, and some of the play, some of our thoughts in the first half surely went against us.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll start with Jordan.
Coach, you mentioned the passion of the fans, but we saw fans throwing debris out onto the pitch. What are your thoughts on that? What is your message to the fans after this match?
Yeah, my message is pretty clear. We've said all along that the fans are part of our family. The crowd is part of our family, and from our point of view, the players, we started to lose control emotionally a little bit as well. The coaches were losing control a little bit emotionally as well, and the crowd, the final piece is that we can't be that. We can't do that. We certainly want to be a very, very difficult place to play, but we need to show the right amount of restraint at that moment to not be throwing things on the field. We just can't do that.
Next question, we'll go to Michael.
Jason, the competition ramping up with some tougher teams in the league, including Atlanta tonight. What did your team show tonight against one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team?
Yeah, I mean, I think the message is clear that we're a team that is moving forward, and I think Atlanta right now has shown through the way that they finished last year and the way they've started off this year that they're the top. That's the apex. And so they give us a measuring stick to see what we're striving for. I feel like we're an improving team. I feel like, we caused them all sorts of troubles in the second half. And again, from my point of view, if we'd handled the whole 90 minutes like we did the second 45, I think we'd be in a much better place.
Mackenzie.
Jason, on a positive note, Justin scored his first goal for Orlando City. So how proud are you of him tonight?
I'm happy for Justin. I really felt like it was coming for a long time. I felt like tonight would be the night. And it was great that he was at the right spot at the right time and was composed to put that goal in. And now he and we all need to kick on. We need to improve.
Shane?
Coach, is it a natural tendency for players to try and speed up the game when they're behind on the scoreboard? You seem to play better when you slowed it down a little bit.
That's 100% correct. That's my analysis of the game. That's why we went into the game saying we had to have more control of this match. Otherwise, Atlanta is going to hurt us. And then when we allowed the first goal on the really difficult decision, I think that's at the moment where all of the players started to be really, really hectic, much too direct, giving the ball away way too often, and then they're catching us in transition.
Mike Bianchi?
Yeah, Coach, you say they are the apex. Can you gauge from this match how far away you are from that?
I think we're close. Again, I feel like if we had just handled things a little bit differently, maybe if the referee doesn't give that penalty kick early on, maybe the game then looks different. But I do think that we caused them some troubles, and I think that we're headed in the right direction. I still think so.
Jordan?
And Coach, you had said yourself, can't let the team get too high or too low after a loss like this. Is this a true test of the team making sure it doesn't get too low after a match?
Yeah, I mean the biggest part of tonight, I think, is just the emotions that are involved in the game. And we had some things with the players, some reactions to the referee, some reactions to their players. I think it's important that we continue to improve on those aspects, and we continue to remind ourselves of who we are. And also remind ourselves that we're capable of playing better than that, I think, but also that we need to improve.
Mike Ramajo?
Coach, I know you just said that there was a lot of emotions involved, and especially towards the latter part of the game. I know there was one thing that kind of stuck out was a little bit of a rift between Kleshin and Elmanier towards the second half. I was wondering if I can get your comments on that. Was it just something based off pure emotions?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there you'll have two players that are the ultimate competitors. They don't like being down again at home, and I think they don't. In particular, they want to. They're striving for more. They want to do better, and so it comes from a very honest place. And the two players have already apologized to each other, and it's water under the bridge. But again, some emotional things, as I said, that I think that we need to be a little bit more composed as we move forward.
Victor?
Coach, what do you see from Emre Tarek in the defense tonight?
I really thought the two center backs had pretty strong showing today against what was a very, very difficult opponent, as we know. And the way that they play as well is different than you typically see, with one striker and sort of 2 10s floating underneath them, and then the wide backs getting extremely high. So the numbers looked a lot different for us, and it was a lot to sort out. But at the end, I think they did a pretty solid job. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. We lost the game, but pretty solid.
We'll take 3 more. Michael, Jordan, and end with Chris.
Jason, you mentioned the penalty. From your point of view and your vantage, what did you see on that?
I saw Christian. He did raise his hands, and I don't know whether there was physical contact or not. Let's hope that there was some contact. But the player went down extremely softly, and for me, that type of penalty kick should never be called in a game like this.
Jordan? Oh, Chris?
Coach, things seemed a little bit difficult in the beginning, especially getting into the final third of the field, getting some really good pay dirt shots. Any comments on that?
Yeah, again, I think a lot of it had to do with allowing the first goal, and I think our reaction to that tonight, in particular, was a little bit too frantic. As I said, and because it's so frantic, and because we're trying to hit that home run ball all the time, then we're dealing with more and more transitions, and it's tiring the players out.